Welcome to the ninth lecture on the topic biomolecules. In last video we saw what is peptide linkage and how is peptide linkage formed in proteins. In this video I am going to explain structure of proteins. The structure of proteins can be studied at four different levels. The one is called primary structure, the second is secondary structure, the third is tertiary structure, and fourth is quaternary structure. So first I am going to explain primary structure of protein. Some points I am going to repeat once again. So look here, this is tetravalent carbon. Tetravalent carbon. Here is carboxyl group. On left hand side, amino group is present. Here is hydrogen and here is alkyl group. You know that this is molecule of alpha amino acid plus I represent another molecule of alpha amino acid. This is tetravalent carbon. Here is basic amino group. Here is acidic carboxyl group, hydrogen and R dash. Alkyl, aryl, aliphatic or aromatic ring is present. A ring or open chain may be present. So this is one alpha amino acid. This is another alpha amino acid. These two amino acids combine together with the elimination of water molecule. OH of carboxylic acid combines with hydrogen of NH2 group and water molecule is removed. Removal of water molecule I represented here. The structure produced I am going to write here instead of writing at this place. So the product is NH2 single bond C H R C O NH single bond C H R dash C O OH. This is the product formed. You know that this is called dipeptide and the linkage CONH is called peptide linkage. This amino acid and this amino acid may be same or different. So like this dipeptide is produced. The end where carboxyl group is present is called C-terminal and the end where amino group is present is called N-terminal. A dipeptide contains free NH2 group and free COOH group. Therefore, a dipeptide can form tripeptide, tetrapeptide, pentapeptide like this polypeptide. This polypeptide chain containing more than 100 alpha amino acids is called protein molecule. I represent here third alpha amino acid. Here CONH single bond C H R double dash and COOH group. So this is tripeptide. This due to presence of free NH2 group and free COOH group, a long chain polymer is produced. I represent long chain polymer like this. The chain is extended at both the sides. This is called primary structure of protein. This is the primary structure of protein. The unit CHR is called amino acid residue. The unit CHR dash is called amino acid residue. So this is about amino acid residue. Primary structure represents the sequence in which alpha amino acids are present. Primary structure represents the sequence in which amino acids are present. So you know that glycine is one amino acid. It is represented by 3-letter symbol. Then alanine. This is another alpha amino acid. Third alpha amino acid I am going to represent serine. Fourth, tyrosine, glycine, again glycine and lysine. This representation is the primary structure of protein. It indicates in protein the sequence of alpha amino acid. This is the sequence of alpha amino acid present in the primary structure of protein. If the sequence of amino acid is changed, that results in different protein. If the sequence of amino acid is changed, then it results in different protein. So like this, primary structure of protein can be explained. After explaining primary structure, I explain secondary structure. Secondary structure. Secondary structure represents the polypeptide chain or the shape of polypeptide chain. It represents the shape in which polypeptide chain exists. There are two types of secondary structure. One is alpha helix and second is beta pleated sheet structure. Beta pleated sheet structure. Secondary structure represents the shape in which polypeptide chain exists. There are two types of secondary structure, alpha helix and beta pleated sheet structure. In alpha helix, the polypeptide chain is in the form of right-handed spiral known as alpha helix. In alpha helix structure, this polypeptide chain is in the form of right-handed spiral known as alpha helix. I represent alpha helix like this. This is alpha helix, right-handed spiral. In this protein, intramolecular hydrogen bonding is present. So remember the difference between intermolecular hydrogen bonding and intramolecular hydrogen bonding. Intramolecular means within the same molecule. Hydrogen bonding is present within the same molecule, that is intramolecular hydrogen bonding. This alpha helix structure is present. Alpha helix structure is present in alpha keratin, that is protein present in hair. Protein present in hair. The second structure is beta pleated sheet structure. Beta pleated sheet structure. In this structure, polypeptide chain lie side by side. In beta pleated sheet structure, the polypeptide chains lie side by side and there is intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Intermolecular hydrogen bonding. The example is silk protein. Protein present in silk is in the form of beta pleated sheet structure. One important point I am going to tell you, remember, due to COVID-19 problem, the students who are going to appear for February 2021 examination, this syllabus is not included in that examination. कोविड-19 मुळे 2021 ला जी परीक्षा होणार आहे त्या परीक्षेत सेकंडरी स्ट्रक्चर, टर्शरी स्ट्रक्चर आणि क्वाटर्नरी स्ट्रक्चर हा पार्ट वगळण्यात आलेला आहे. Secondary structure, tertiary structure and quaternary structure is deleted due to COVID-19 problem. I am going to explain in short. So this is about beta pleated sheet structure. Those students who have more interest, they see the diagrams given in your textbook. In your textbook, the same structures can be explained with the help of best diagrams. You refer these diagrams. After completing secondary structure, I represent third, tertiary structure. Tertiary structure. Secondary structure on further folding gives rise to tertiary structure. Secondary structure on further folding gives rise to tertiary structure. Hydrogen bonding disulfide linkages. This linkage is called disulfide linkages. Van der Waals forces and electrostatic force of attraction are responsible for the stability of tertiary structure. I repeat once again, secondary structure on further folding gives rise to tertiary structure. Tertiary structure explains the shape of three-dimensional shape of protein molecule. Three-dimensional shape of protein molecule, hydrogen bonding, disulfide linkages, weak van der Waals forces, electrostatic force of attraction stabilize this tertiary structure. For diagram, you refer your textbook. After finishing tertiary structure, the fourth structure, quaternary structure. Quaternary structure. Quaternary structure arises when two or more polypeptide chains of tertiary structure come together. Two or more polypeptide chains of tertiary structure, when come together, they give rise to quaternary structure. It has complicated structure. याची डायग्राम टेक्स्टबुकमध्ये दिलेली आहे. हे पहा, क्वाटर्नरी स्ट्रक्चर एक्सप्लेन करत असताना दोन किंवा दोनपेक्षा जास्त पॉलिमर टर्शरी स्ट्रक्चरचे एकमेकात मिक्स होतात. याचं बेस्ट एक्झाम्पल जर व्यवहारातलं उदाहरण सांगायचं झालं तर मॅगी तुम्हाला माहीत आहे, मॅगी तुम्ही खाताय. मॅगीमध्ये कसं पॉलिपेप्टाईड चेन्स आहेत, त्यांचा जो गुत्ता तयार झालेला असतोय त्या प्रकारचा गुत्ता या क्वाटर्नरी स्ट्रक्चरमध्ये असतोय. मॅगी किंवा सेवाया ज्या आपण खातोय त्यांचं जे स्ट्रक्चर आहे कॉम्प्लिकेटेड, तसं ते स्ट्रक्चर आहे. तर इन्सुलिन त्याच्यामध्ये 6 युनिट आहेत, मोनोमरचे 6 युनिट आहेत पॉलिपेप्टाईड चेनचे. त्याला हेक्झामर असं म्हणायचं. आणि हिमोग्लोबिन जे आहे त्याच्यामध्ये पॉलिपेप्टाईड चेनचे 4 युनिट आहेत, त्याला टेट्रामर असं म्हणायचं. हिमोग्लोबिन कंटेन्स 4 युनिट्स ऑफ पॉलिपेप्टाईड, therefore it is tetramer, and insulin contains 6 units of polypeptide chain, therefore it is hexamer. So this is about structure of protein. हे पहा, हा जो पॉइंट आहे हा पॉइंट समजायला थोडा अवघड आहे. तुमच्या परीक्षेसाठी तो नाही आहे, तरी पण शॉर्टमध्ये मी एक्सप्लेन केलेला आहे. याच्यामध्ये जास्त एक्सप्लेनेशन पुस्तकात दिलेलं आहे. आणखीन काही रेफरन्स बुक पाहून ज्यांना जास्त क्युरियासिटी आहे अशा विद्यार्थ्यांनी हा पॉईंट कंप्लीट करायचा आहे. तर स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ प्रोटीन कंप्लीट केल्यानंतर प्रोटीनचा आणखीन एक महत्त्वाचा पार्ट मी एक्सप्लेन करणार आहे. सो आय एम गोइंग टू एक्सप्लेन द नेक्स्ट पार्ट of the topic protein. Listen carefully, understand each and every point. The next important point is denaturation of proteins. This is important point. In last year in board exam, the question was asked for 1 mark. Explain denaturation of proteins or define denaturation of proteins. You know that egg when boiled, we get egg gets coagulated. The precipitation or coagulation of protein takes place. Egg white gets coagulated. You know this. Formation of कर्ड फ्रॉम मिल्क, दुधापासून दही तयार होणे हे प्रोटीनचं डिनॅच्युरेशन आहे. डिनॅच्युरेशन. अगेन वन मोर एक्झाम्पल, फॉर्मेशन ऑफ चीज फ्रॉम curd, formation of cheese from milk. I explain what is denaturation. The precipitation of protein by heating with dilute acid or alkali is called denaturation of protein, or the process in which protein changes its shape when heated with dilute acid or dilute base. The process in which protein changes its shape when heated or treated with dilute acid or base is called denaturation of proteins. Denaturation uncoils secondary structure, tertiary structure and quaternary structure of proteins, and protein loses its biological activity. Protein loses its biological activity. So remember, denaturation uncoils secondary, tertiary and quaternary structure of protein. The protein shape of protein gets disturbed. So this process is called denaturation of proteins. Remember one important thing, primary structure of protein remains intact. Primary structure of proteins remains intact and peptide linkage does not break. Peptide linkage does not break. हे जर समजलं असेल तर पुढचा पॉइंट मी एक्सप्लेन करणार आहे. द नेक्स्ट पॉइंट इज एन्झाइम्स. So I write the title enzymes. This is one more small article included in our syllabus. Remember, enzymes are catalyst. You know the meaning of catalyst. Enzymes are biocatalysts. The proteins which catalyze specific biological reactions are called enzymes. The proteins which catalyze specific biological reactions are called enzymes. They are specific in their action. They are specific in their action. Enzymes are proteins. Enzymes are proteins. They are required in very small quantity. They are required in very small quantity and they are produced by living system. They are produced by living systems. They reduce the activation energy of the reaction. They reduce activation energy of the reaction. So remember, you know that insulin is the protein secreted by pancreas. Insulin is the enzyme or protein secreted by pancreas which helps to control blood sugar level. Insulin helps to control level of sugar in blood. So insulin is pancreas. Again I told you enzymes are very specific in their action. That point I am going to explain. I write here starch. having formula C6H10O5 n times. This starch is hydrolyzed. The hydrolysis takes place in presence of enzyme amylase. This amylase enzyme is present in our saliva. आपल्या लाळेमध्ये हा amylase एन्झाईम असतो. स्टार्चचं तो हायड्रोलायसिस करतो आणि स्टार्चचं कन्व्हर्जन ग्लुकोजमध्ये होते. ग्लुकोजमध्ये starch is converted into glucose. Cellulose having same formula C6H10O5 n times plus H2O in presence of amylase. No reaction takes place. No reaction. So this makes clear that enzymes are specific in their action. Even though starch and cellulose have same formula, but they have different structure. They have different structure. So this is about enzymes. Then I explain lock and key mechanism of enzyme catalysis. So here I represent capital E. E represents enzyme. Enzyme attacks on substrate. Enzyme attacks on substrate. The reactant molecule undergoing attack is called substrate. Enzyme attacks on substrate and enzyme substrate complex is produced. Enzyme substrate complex is formed. Enzyme substrate complex is formed. Instead of writing like this, I write in one word ES. It gets converted into product. P represents product plus enzyme. So this is the reaction. The attack of enzyme on substrate takes place and enzyme substrate complex is produced. Remember, the energy of activation of this reaction is very low. Activation energy of this reaction is very low. Therefore, the rate of the reaction is very fast. Enzyme substrate complex is formed and it immediately gets converted into product and again enzyme is produced. This enzyme again catalyze another reaction. So I explain lock and key mechanism. Look here, I am going to represent with the help of diagram. I represent enzyme molecule like this. So this is enzyme. This is active site of enzyme. Enzyme has active surface, active space on its surface. Enzyme molecule has active space on its surface. This is enzyme molecule. Here I draw substrate molecule. This is substrate molecule. A substrate molecule having a right space and shape as that of active site in enzyme is held in this active site. हे पहा, ज्या सबस्ट्रेटचा साईज आणि शेप एन्झाईमच्या ॲक्टिव्ह साईटच्या साईज आणि शेपशी जुळतो, तो सबस्ट्रेट या एन्झाईमच्या ॲक्टिव्ह साईटमध्ये शिफ्ट होतो. इट इज हेल्ड इन द ॲक्टिव्ह साईट ऑफ द एन्झाईम. सो आय रिप्रेझेंट हिअर this is enzyme molecule, this is substrate. The substrate is held in the active site of the enzyme. The condition is that its size and shape must be similar to this enzyme active site. Here when substrate is held in the active site of enzyme, then chemical reaction takes place and substrate is converted into product. The product formed I represent here. This is new product. This is substrate, this is product, and here again I represent enzyme. This is enzyme. So like this, mechanism of enzymes can be explained by lock and key mechanism. This is enzyme. This enzyme is used to catalyze another reaction. Remember, the rate of reaction is very fast. The rate of, because activation energy of the reaction is very low. Remember, one enzyme molecule can catalyze 10,000 molecules of substrate in 1 second. I repeat once again, one enzyme molecule can catalyze 10,000 substrate molecules in 1 second. Therefore, the rate of reaction is very high. So this is about enzymes. Enzymes are biocatalysts. They are required in very small quantity. They reduce activation energy of the reaction. The proteins which catalyze biological reactions are called enzymes. They are specific in their action, and mechanism of enzyme catalysis can be explained with the help of lock and key mechanism. So this is about enzymes. After this we are going to study after this we shall study nucleic acids. One more important point included in our syllabus, nucleic acids, not today but in next video Thank you so much.